Hi guys, Troy here again with another block cut. So this is for a client who lives abroad. He likes to cut his hair, but unfortunately can't make it all the time to have it done, obviously living so far away. So this is actually his old system, and this is his new one, believe it or not. They are the same system. This is all our systems come with this amount of length hair. And obviously we can do longer, but this is like the general length we do for men's hair. It's the same kind of thing. What we do is we cut it into this style. So what I've got here is my tape measure. I missed it. There it is. So all I need to do, I'm going to measure all the way around, knowing roughly how long this gentleman wants it. Depending on how you work, I tend to work in inches. So it's 2 inches on the sides and the top. A little bit longer in the fringe. So you can, I don't know if you can see that. A little closer. In the fringe, it's more like 3, so it's around about 2 all the way round. Yeah, 2 all the way round, and then 3 inches in the front, so it's a little bit longer in the front, so he probably wears it off to the side a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to replicate this. Obviously when we finish, it's a little bit different, it's a little bit fuller, it's a little bit thicker, but what we'll do is we're going to show you each bit how we do it, and hopefully get it all sent out for him today. So what I'm doing now, I'm going to do the back section first. See if I can turn it around a little bit so you can see it. There we go. Right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to do the back section. So what we do, we always section it off. Fine little sections. So all I'm focusing on at the moment is this section here, because I want to get this bit started. Get it right length to start with. So what I'm going to do is put my tape measure up against the hair. Now obviously what I tend to do with a block cut, we always tend to leave it slightly longer. Only reason being, when the hair's wet obviously, it's a bit longer, so we want it to be able to spring back a little bit when it dries off. So if we ended up doing it bang on 2 inches wet, you're more than likely going to get around about 1 3/4 inches, maybe even 1.5 inches once it all dries out and springs back a little bit. So obviously we want to make sure that we leave a little bit more length. Let me turn this around. Through that back section. So that when that happens, it's the right length for him. So that's my first line. Another small section, slightly wider. Because as I don't know if you can see, you should be able to see the lines through the hair, so we can already see it. And now what I'm doing is basically, it's a bit like tracing. I'm just going to follow that line each time I bring down the section. So I'm going to keep doing this and then I'll get round to the sides. Right, so what I've done is I've done this back section now, so what I'm going to quickly just show you. Just going to keep feathering those edges, just on the bottom edge. And I've already cut the layers in, so hopefully you should be able to see that. The layers are cut in, so. And then when I get my scissors, I'm going to take all these little wispy bits off. So then the next section should be the last one on this back section. Just following that line ever so lightly. Because obviously once I start getting into the top, I'm also going to use my scissors, so I'm going to chip into it a lot more with the scissors. So the next section will be the side. I'll show you one side. It's exactly the same thing on both sides. Take a real thin section. Now making sure I keep that fringe out of it, because like we already know it's going to go from 2 to 3. So I'm doing is going around and blending it into that back section most importantly. So I'm doing like again, just making sure I go over and over and over the same section, making sure that the sections all blend, and that it starts to layer as you get a couple of sections in. This will be the last section on this side. I tend to leave the top till very last, so I don't tend to go too far into the sections, because obviously we need to make sure we get the top length right as well. So that is that section done. So what we do as we go around, you can see it drops into the same section. And then what I'm going to do, once I get the scissors, will be taking all these through again and making sure we chip into all these long bits on the top sections. Right then, so I've done both side sections. So the next step is to do the top. Now, put that on me, there we go. Where's my spray? There it is. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to brush it all forward. And there goes my peg, my clip. There you go. Going to be one of those days, I can tell. So I'm going to do now, wetting it down with the conditioner. What I'm going to do is take the crown section. I'm just going to chip into it. Making sure that what we do, we go across and we bring in all the layers, so we make sure that both sides match. So all I'm doing is, like I said, I'm just following the same layers through the middle sections, nice and short, because the gentleman likes it nice and short. So we said ring for around 2–2.5, which this is bang on, about 2¼ so basically bang on where I kind of want it. So I'm going to carry on doing that all through the top section until I get to the front, and then I'm going to feather it out so it gets a bit longer at the front. Right then, so this is the two finished, well not two, this is the old one, this is the new one. There's always going to be some differences because obviously over time you lose hair, you lose thickness, you lose a bit of it goes a bit dry. You can obviously use a lot of conditioners and things like that and help keep the moisture, but this is quite old, so it's one of those what we're just using to show you. I'm just trying to show you both sides. to show you the similarities. And then what we're going to do now, I'm going to finish drying them off, and then we'll be posting them out to him today. So this is a cut service. We do this a cut-in. We do a block cut on for you, and you can get it sent to you. It's £90. That includes postage. And then basically it means you don't have to come and see us. So if you are looking to someone who can cut it in for you and send it out to you, feel free to get in touch.